Hi there and welcome back. It's Hélène again, or if it is your first time, welcome. I am so pleased that you decided to join me today. This is part 2 of my 2-part series on my favorite in the drugstore. If you only have 2, can you call it a series? Maybe. I bet you I'm going to do a part 3 or something, because there are other categories of products from the drugstore that I will not have covered. So, in the first one, I offered up face products, so that covered powders and blushes, contour, highlighter, that kind of a thing. And this time I thought I would cover eye products. So I've got a selection of eye products here to go over, and I'm really looking forward to just walking through those with you, because eyes and lips are my favorite products of all. So let's start right now and see how long it takes us to get through these. So I'll start with some palettes, and my top 3 recommendations from the same brand from the drugstore are the True Naked palettes from CoverGirl. Now there are more than these 3. I think there are 5. There's another one coming out. I think there's a really colorful one coming out as well, and I think there's a peach one coming out as well. And they are definitely inspired by higher end brands, but I would not call them knockoffs. They have very similar colors, but the packaging is very different, and they don't have the same number of shades. I mean, it is not a complete ripoff of the higher end brands, but definitely they got the inspiration from them. So this is the one that is the True Naked. This is the one I use the most. And I think that this one is supposed to mimic the Naked 2, if I'm not mistaken. It is definitely my favorite one. The next heaviest used that I have here is the Roses palette, and it still has the brush in there for some reason. This is what this one looks like. And these shades, I would say I get the most compliments from when I decide to use that palette. Very complementary colors, beautiful, and do not hesitate to use. And I have one more in this category, which is the Goldens, and this is supposed to mimic the Naked one. Very nice shades here, and of course it's not as many shades as you would get in the Naked palette. The Naked palette I think is 14 shades, 12 or 14, and these are 8 shades, but they are definitely plenty of shades to do some really nice looks. And those are the palettes I take with me when I travel. I don't want to lug any big honkin' palettes. I just take those, and I can do pretty much anything that I want. I might bring a pop of color, but that's about it. A couple more palettes to go. I have a couple of favorites from Physicians Formula, and I'm going to grab something else too that might be considered a palette. Okay, so I'm going to say I have 3 palettes from Physicians Formula. So let's take a look. I have this one that is the Nudes palette. I'm just going to take this brush out here. Really pretty, somewhat shimmery shades, but not much, just a little bit of a glow to them. And you can see that there's a relative good amount of colors here for what is really a tiny palette, right? So we've got this one, and then if you really want to have a punch to your look, I'm kind of partial to this one, especially for the bronzy color and kind of the, what would you call it, like a light beige metallic. You can see that I've dug into this one a little bit. And really pretty colors. Let me just swatch one. Of course I'm going to swatch that bronzy one because I've talked about it. Oh, I have some, don't mind the highlight that I still have on my hand here. And I'll swatch this peachy one too, I think. Well, peachy bronzy, I'm not sure what you would call it. Coppery maybe. Okay, so here's the kind of peachy coppery shade. I don't know if you can see it that well. And then this is the nice dark bronzy one that I really like. I mean, if you want kind of a shimmery smoky eye, this does such a great job. And you know what? I'm going to show you the The brush it's sparkly too. Look at that. If you want to do some detail work with a sponge, I actually don't think that this brush is a bad one to have, which is probably why I kept it in this palette to begin with. And now I have shimmery stuff all over me. The last one that I picked up that I said I wanted to bring out is, it's not technically an eyeshadow palette, but it's a highlighter palette. Here's the thing though, it has 12 shades. So I think you could see how this could be complementary to these other two eyeshadow palettes. And you could do some really neat looks with the three of those. So I would highly recommend them. And very often, Physicians Formula, tends to be kind of pricey, but you can get some deals like 30–40% off. So just watch for those. And I think any of those shimmer strips, I think they're called, any of those combinations, these little guys, any of them, I wouldn't hesitate to pick up if I wanted some of those color combinations. I think they're a good product. Now on to another eyeshadow product, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. They're so good. And what really impresses me about these shadows is that they are, for all intents and purposes, waterproof. When you put them on the eye and you let them set, they stay beautiful all day long. When I was on my Guatemala trip, this is one of the eyeshadow types that I used the most of, and they never disappointed. I would put those eyeshadows on in the morning. They would last all day into the evening, no matter what I was doing that day, which that really blew me away and convinced me that I probably want to pick up a few other shades of this type of eyeshadow because they're the bomb. They're really great. I'll go and show you my favorite. If you're not familiar with them, I think it's worth checking out. So I'm just going to take Amber Rush here and put it on my other hand because the other hand is very busy. And they are really beautiful. Really a beautiful shine. And the color, once it sets, like I said, stays all day. Just absolutely beautiful on the eye, on the lid, or all over the, like on the just the lid, or all over on the eye, the full eyelid. They deliver. They do exactly what it is that we want, and just the shine is phenomenal on this stuff. I absolutely love it. Moving on to other eye products, I just wanted to cover a couple of mascaras for you here. My favorite mascara is the Lash Paradise, the Voluminous Lash Paradise. It has replaced my Voluminous Carbon Black that I used to quite like. And I also appreciate the waterproof version, and the waterproof version is what I brought with me when I went to Guatemala. Again, performed beautifully. Now, if you want ridiculous size to your, like, volume to your lashes, this is definitely the one that I would go for as well, the super size from CoverGirl. They are both very good. It's almost like they're a little bit different in their own style, but they both give you those nice, big, fluffy lashes, and so I like them both. They just have a little bit of a different feel to them, and I don't think I can describe it very well, but they're both very reasonably priced, and so I don't think it's overkill to have one of each. Like, you might want to take the supersizer and then get the waterproof in this version to kind of try them both out. Every time I use them, I wonder why I don't use them more. So they're very good products. Okay, I'd like to cover some eyeliners here for a second. And I only have 3 brands to talk about, so not a huge amount. These eyeliners, as you can tell, I obviously like the brand. This is Annabelle. This is a brand that you find in Canada. I think you can order Annabelle online. They are really nice liners. These are eyeliners for the waterline, and they don't have a huge amount of staying power, but they are very pretty colors if you don't mind reapplying once or twice during the day. I just think they make it a very nice complement to a soft summer or spring look, and I really like them. And for the same reason, as far as liking the formula, I have used all of them that are available in the line, and I have not been disappointed by any of them. The one I use the most is the black, second most is the brown, and then I really appreciate having the cream, the beige, and then the mint and purple for changing things up a little bit. They're creamy, they're comfortable. Like I said, the lasting power is not 100%, but somehow for me it has not been an issue for me to reapply once or twice during the day and just to get that punch of color back. Going on to another liner that surprised me. Now I picked this up on a whim from the Essence website and I was really surprised. So this is what it looks like. It's called Silky Nude. And I mean, I would say that you can use that as a base for eyeshadow. You can use it as in your waterlines, definitely waterproof. And when this thing dries, it really does not move. So let me just try out the Annabelle. Okay, so once the Annabelle dries, it's actually not too bad, right? It actually stays pretty well. And then this Essence one, it really, really stays nicely. And when they say waterproof, it really is waterproof. So I like this one as well. Again, quite creamy, but it has longer staying power than the Annabelle pencil. And it's also, the price is really great on this one. Now I like these pencils, these shimmer strip eyeliner pencils from Physicians Formula. And I know I have a third one in like a light brown, but anyway, I don't have it here with me. They're really complementary to the shimmer strip colors that you have there. So these are these guys. And I'm just going to swatch one more for you. Yeah, so I've got a bunch here. They're all really nice. They go on super, super creamy. And some of them have, for some reason, I don't see it so much on my hand right now, but they have like micro sparkle. So not only can you do like an eyeliner on your eye, but you can do quite a bit on the eyelid and smoke it out, and you get a little bit of shimmer in with your eyeliner, and I think it looks really nice. And you can just kind of smoke out just the eyeliner itself if you're just with a little bit of patience. They're really comfortable on application, and their lasting power is not bad at all. So using these eyeliners along with, for example, either one of these would go really, really nicely. And of course, I mean, it's from the same family of products. It makes sense that they would go well together and play nice together. Just a couple more eye products to show you, and then we will move on to lips. Okay, I had to do some major maneuvering here to get a couple products that I realized weren't here. And that is, I wanted to show you the Milani eyeshadow primer. So this is a great bang for your buck, very, very reasonably priced, works just fine, works just like eyeshadow primers for other brands. Now I will say though, I do not have oily lids, so you may want to just give it a try without taking my word for it that it's great. I like it as just a typical barrier between the eye and the eyeshadow and the tacky base. And it has some great reviews by a lot of other folks with all sorts of different types of eyelids. But for the price, it's not exactly a huge gamble to get this product. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the NYX Micro Brow. Now this is just $5 to $8 depending on when you buy it, and it has a spoolie on the one end and the pencil on the other end, and it's a roll-up pencil. Now I like this product. It's not my absolute favorite, but I like the precision of it, and it makes me think of the Brow Is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, or like the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I like the thin tip of it and the amount of precision that you can get by using this kind of a pencil. And definitely, I would not hesitate to buy another one of these. And the color that I use is taupe. Let me just give you a swatch here. So there it is right there. And it sets nicely. I mean, I don't think that there's a big issue with it. It does the job, and it does it well. I thought I would mention, by the way, you'll see these other So in between while I was getting the other products, I took a damp washcloth and I wiped on my hand to try to get some of these swatches off. And look at the staying power of these. That's the Essence one. These are the Annabelle. Like, it's doing really, really well. Like, these eyeliners do reasonably well of staying on the skin. So I don't think that we rub our eyes throughout the day with a damp washcloth. So I think these have a very decent staying power. Speaking of pencils, I want to talk about a different kind of pencil, and I'm picking up a bunch here. And these are the NYX pencils. I think that these pencils offer a really nice base to eyeshadow, and also they offer color in their own right. And you can see they're kind of all messy. I use them. The two colors that I use the most, and you can tell because they've been sharpened, they're a lot shorter than the other pencils, is the Milk, I think it's called. Yeah, Milk, the white one. That if you put that as a base, you get very vibrant color when you put color eyeshadow on. And then to intensify a deeper sparkly color, the black is great, and the black is called Black Bean. I enjoy, what's this one called? Sparkle Leopard. I enjoyed, well, I should just take this off here. I enjoy Sparkle Leopard. Let me just give you a swatch here. Kind of a nice, shiny color on that one. I enjoyed the shimmer on that one. And this is kind of a pearlized beige, and this one's called Yogurt. They're just really pretty, and you can get them if you wait for a sale. You can get these at $4 each or whatnot, and I mean, they'll last for quite a long time. And like I said, they're great as a base as well. So they're multi-purpose, and once they're on the eye, they don't seem to budge all that much. So I'm not usually disappointed when I decide to put those on. Now, they don't have the staying power of the L'Oreal Infallibles, but they're still really good. And speaking of the Infallibles, I had done the swatch on this hand. Now that it's fully dry, like, it's not going anywhere. It stays really, really well. So just to reinforce the fact that these shadows really don't budge once they're on. Okay, we are now at lip products. So I have everything here. I have from like a lip balm to glosses to pencils, lip pencils, and not liners, but lip actual pencils, and then liquid lip. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 kinds of glosses here. I really like the Pixie glosses. So this is a deluxe sample of one. I have had 3 of these. I really, really enjoy them. I have even gifted those to friends. I also have multiple colors of the Joe Fresh. I just took out 2 of them. Joe Fresh being a Canadian drugstore brand, and these are really nice. This one is Angélique, and I have gone through 3. This is my 3rd one of this color. I really, really like it. And this one, Peach Nectar, I think? No, Sweet Nectar. This is my 2nd one of this one. So they're very flattering on the lips. It's like your lips are better, but better on because the colors are just kind of just complementary to most lip colors. They're very, very pretty, and I would highly recommend. Plus, they go on sale on a regular basis. You can get these for $5 or less. I mean, they go for $10 regular, but they're almost never full price. Before I go on to other other lip glosses, I just want to mention something that I think is neat, and it's these Burt's Bees lip balms. The reason I want to bring these up is that I have tried lip balms that are from high-end brands like Bite Beauty and Sugar from Fresh, and I have to tell you that I buy these guys in 6 packs from Amazon, 6 different flavors, and this is my go-to for lip hydration when I'm not wearing lipstick or any kind of lipstick or lip gloss. And they're my go-to. I go through about 1 of these a month, and they are so much cheaper than those lip masks, and you can really layer it on, put as much as you want on, and they're very, very comfortable. And I just haven't been able to find a reason to buy the more expensive stuff. This really does the trick for me, and every time I try a sample of the heavier, like the more luxury, goopy brands, I just want to go back to this. So just thought I would throw it out there. this is kind of what I would call it between lip gloss and a lipstick, and that is these Quo brands, and they're kind of neat. So take a look at this. I don't know if you can see, there's a light. It lights up when you twist it with LED lights, so that plus the mirror can be really helpful if you're going out clubbing somewhere. I don't know, I think it's cool. Another drugstore gloss that is a kind of a new discovery for me thanks to my friend Louise is the Oh My Gloss from Rimmel. And I have been really impressed with this one. I've worn it, I think she just gave it to me not even 2 weeks ago, and I think I've worn it over a half a dozen times, almost daily. It's been the one that's stayed in my purse when I just had some kind of a light lipstick or lip gloss and I wanted to reapply later on. I just picked this one, and it goes with almost any eye look. Just going to give you a quick swatch of it. It's right here. Beautiful. You know what? I'll give you a swatch of that Angelique color from Joe Fresh as well. This is my favorite. And Pixie would be a close second, the Pixie gloss I showed you as well. I don't know if this is going to show up all that much. It's very, very light peachy shade. Anyway, I really like it. Only 2 other categories of lipstick here to go over, and that is a liquid lipstick from Revlon. I really like these guys, and this is the Color Stay Ultimate. And I have 3 shades of them, and as you can see, I am using them quite a bit. So I have 075 Nude, I have Buffest Beige, and I have Prized Peach. Really nice colors, and they are kind of drying on the lip, I won't lie, but no more than any other higher end lipstick brand when it comes to liquid lip. Now I will say that I have not tried Ofra, and apparently Ofra is just fabulous for a comfortable liquid lip, but Ofra is not something that you can easily get in Canada, so I have not tried. Here is a swatch. Now it hasn't dried down yet, but here is a swatch of Nude, and I will swatch this Buffest Beige. Nude, pardon me, is kind of the most liquid one of the bunch. But it does do a second coat and it does apply quite nicely. And this is the beige one. I like them. Every time I wear them, I am not disappointed. So this one was Buffest Beige. I really like them. I think they're flattering, and like I said, I don't regret it when I reach for one of those. And I only have 3 shades, but they're wide enough of a variety to give me what I'm looking for when it comes to a nude lip. Now, to pack a punch of color, these are the ones I'm going to talk about. And these are the Color Show by Maybelline. And I stumbled on these guys. They were on super sale, and I thought, oh, you know, I'll buy 3 or 4, and I ended up buying 5 shades of these and just try them out. And oh my goodness, now I am running out of room. So let me go over here. I'm just gonna swatch 3 of them just so that you can see what they're like. Oh heck, why don't I just swatch them all? And they go on really creamy, but they dry down. They literally dry down. And I've had compliments when I wear these. So terrible place to swatch, but at least you get to see the colors. I really enjoy them. They are comfortable. I mean, they don't dry down like a liquid lip, but they dry down pretty well. And for a very reasonable price, they are worth it. You just sharpen them like a regular pencil in a jumbo pencil sharpener, and I've been really impressed by them. And like I said, they're comfortable, and they have I would say a medium staying power, but nothing that I would be complaining about. Last thing that I did not bring out that I really should is lip liners. So I'm going to grab a few of those and show you the ones that I prefer. So I only took out 1 brand, and there are some other ones. There are some good ones from NYX, but the bang for the buck that is most impressive to me is the Wet n Wild. So I've got, look at how big these pencils are. For a couple of bucks each, they are fantastic. And so if you have these, plus maybe an invisible liner that you can get from a number of brands at the drugstore, you're kind of set. I mean, they have, I only picked up 5 of them. I've got 4, but anyway, I picked up 5 of them. I've got chestnut and plumberry, fuchsia, berry red. Like, these are, they cover all the colors that you need, and I even put this one against a Smashbox liner, and guess what? I decluttered the Smashbox and I kept this one. That says something. So anyway, that, I just wanted to make sure that I gave you a lip pencil option as well, and they're creamy enough that you can do a full all over the lip with the one color that you choose. So they are versatile that way as well. So we now have a full face of makeup from the drugstore, and we want to set it in place. And what I mean by that is not that setting spray, you know, keeps all your makeup in the same spot. That's not really, I guess, the purpose of setting sprays, but the setting sprays just gives your makeup, just kind of helps blend your makeup together with the misting. And so there's a couple. So I have this one, NYX Matte Finish, and there's also a Dewy Finish. I do own both, but this is the one I use the most. And then the other one is this behemoth of a 3.4 fluid ounces or 100 ml setting spray, which is the Master Fix by Maybelline. Now, I do point these out because the NYX has just over 2 ounces, and this one has 3.4, so there's quite a bit of difference. So this one may appear more expensive at the drugstore, but compare the volume, because this one often ends up being less expensive, and you can watch out for a sale. Often it sells for $14.15 Canadian regular price, but I have been able to get this for less than half that price. So it's worth paying attention, and with it being this big at 100 ml, if you buy one of these, it will last you for months. Literally, the last bottle I had lasted me for months, and you can just watch out for the next deal in order to buy your next one before you're done. So there you have it. These are my favorite products from the drugstore. I really hope that you got some use out of these recommendations. If you have other favorites that I have not mentioned, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what is your favorite from the drugstore. I would love to hear about it. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you like the content on this channel, I would invite you to subscribe. And also hit that notification bell so that you can hear every time I bring out a new video. Thank you for watching, and for now I'm going to say, be well, take care, and see you soon. Bye now.